Hello, welcome to Clover Kitchen. My name is Carol Hamilton. I'm a 4-H agent in Spartanburg, South Carolina, and today I'm going to show you how to measure some ingredients. We're not actually going to make a recipe in this video, but we are going to learn how to measure different dry, wet, and even sticky ingredients. So I'm going to start with flour. This is an all-purpose pre-sifted flour, which means we don't have to sift it again, but we also don't want to compact it and ruin those measurements for our recipes. So we're going to use a dry measuring cup and a spoon, and we're just going to heat the spoon with flour and fill our cup. We're not going to press or shake our flour. We're just filling our flour, and we're actually going to overfill it. You can see I'm kind of making a mess. And we're going to hold it over a bowl here, and we're going to take a flat edge. You can use the flat edge of a spoon or a knife. I'm going to use a knife because it's a little bit flatter. And we're going to take it across the top of our measuring cup. And this gives us a nice, flat, level measure of our flour. So there we go. We have 1 cup of flour measured out. And this extra flour that we took off the top, I can just add back into my storage bowl. Our next ingredient today is going to be white sugar. And I'm just going to measure a 1/4 cup of the white sugar out. And again, I'm going to use a spoon. And I'm going to allow my sugar to heap over the top. And then I'm going to take a level edge, either with my spoon or the back of a knife, and have a nice, even measurement. And there's our sugar. Now you might think, okay, we've done flour, we've done sugar, I know how to measure all dry ingredients. But brown sugar is a little bit different than our white sugar. So for brown sugar, we are going to pack it in. Because brown sugar has a sticky texture to it, and that allows more air to be incorporated into the sugar, we're actually going to pack it to give it a good measurement. So I'm measuring out a 1/2 cup of brown sugar. And as I put it in the measuring cup, I'm going to press it down with the back of my spoon. And I can press pretty hard. So anytime your recipe calls for brown sugar, you want to make sure that it is packed brown sugar. Even if it doesn't say that it needs to be packed, this is the correct measurement for brown sugar, is to pack it. Okay. And again, we want to overfill it just a little bit, and I can use my overflow bowl again and just scrape that top portion off. And to see whether your brown sugar is packed well enough or correctly, you can flip it out, and it should look like a little sand castle. Now, if your brown sugar crumbles apart, you may not have had it packed firmly enough. So when your recipe calls for brown sugar, you want to make sure it's packed, and it'll look like little mini sand castles. The next ingredient I'm going to show you is baking powder. This is going to be the same for baking powder or baking soda. The can is actually designed to help you get a nice clean measurement. So I'm going to measure out 1 teaspoon. And as I measure, again, I'm going to overfill. And then I'm just going to pull it, tip my can, and pull it against that flat edge. And so I don't need a knife because the can is already made to give me a nice measurement with that flat edge. Now, if you're using a baking soda box, you can use the top of the box to do the same thing. You just scoop in and then pull out an even measurement. That's how you measure baking soda and baking powder. Okay, we're gonna go to some of the more tricky ingredients now. We've got our sticky ingredients, and I'm not going to demonstrate all of these because they all have the same trick. If you're using corn syrup, molasses, honey, or any other sticky ingredient, what you want to do is either spray your measuring cup or your measuring spoon. I'm going to use a measuring spoon today. You're going to spray that with some cooking spray, and now when we measure it out, it will pour out much easier. So I'm just gonna measure 1 tablespoon of my corn syrup. Again, we want it to go right to that edge. We're not gonna level it off, we're just gonna pour it right to that edge. But you may need to do that over a bowl or another vessel so we don't spill it all over the counter. And there we go. I have a unique measuring cup which allows me to measure both from looking down from the top or from the side. With most measuring cups, you're gonna look from the side and you want it to be on a level surface. You don't want to hold your measuring cup and go like this and try to see the side because you might have it tilted and your measurement's not going to be correct. So what we want to do is we want to lay it on a flat surface, a hard surface like your counter, and then we want to get down to eye level and pour until we reach the line. Okay, and what about something that's not sticky, it's not liquid, it's not dry, it's yogurt. So yogurt can be measured in a dry measuring cup. And the reason we're gonna measure it in a dry measuring cup today is because it allows us to pack it in and get a smooth top and an even measurement. So again, just like our dry ingredients, we can level out that top. And have a nice even measurement. When we measure yogurt, so that was a 1/2 cup. If I measured yogurt in my liquid container, I have no way of flattening it out all the way to get an even measurement. I can tap it down and I can try to flatten it out with a spatula, but it's really hard to measure something like yogurt in a liquid measuring cup. Whereas we can get this nice even measurement if we use a dry measuring cup. So we've covered our dry ingredients, our flours, sugars, brown sugar, sticky ingredients, baking soda, baking powder, and yogurt. If there's something else that you'd like to know how to measure, let me know in the comments and I will hit it in one of my next videos. Thanks for watching Clover Kitchen.